Riveting test match in Mirpur, at the end of which Bangladesh have beaten Australia by 20 runs. Ian Chappell's joining us for some thoughts. Ian, it's become almost a recurring theme. Yes, close test match. Yes, Australia played well against India recently in the series, but playing spin remains a problem for Australia.
Yes, it certainly does. And the test win to Bangladesh has once again confirmed how much Australia is dependent, or Australia's batting is dependent on Steve Smith and David Warner. At the point where they were going along very well, I thought, okay, Australia are going to get rid of that monkey off their back. But as soon as they were out, the usual collapse and terrific win in the end to Bangladesh.
Ian, I know you've talked about this before, but just because it has happened yet again in a test match in these conditions, when you look at young Australian batsmen, what is it that you find problematic with their method against spin?
Well, I think the footwork is a problem, confidence is a problem, and I don't think younger players, and this has been going on for quite some time now, younger players are taught the correct footwork. Once you're designing theories to avoid getting out, you're in trouble. You've got to come up with a ploy that will allow you to score. But the problem with that, with my theory, is if you haven't learnt to play spin well and use your feet well from a very young age, you're not going to learn that at 24, 25. If you've learnt those things at a young age, that then gives you the confidence to play spin bowling no matter where you are in the world.
Ian, just coming back to this game in particular, do you think that just having this sort of stumbling build-up caused a little bit of a problem for Australia? The fact that they came to Bangladesh and then had one practice game which they could not actually get any action in because the ground wasn't ready. All of these circumstances, do you think, have played a role in this result?
Yes, definitely. But I think it was more the lack of competitive match practice rather than the disruption over the dispute between the players and Cricket Australia. Not having at least one competitive match where it counts. If you get out, it counts. If you don't get wickets, it counts. You can have all the practices in the nets. You can have all the centre wicket practices. You can have intra-squad practice matches. But you really do need to play at least one competitive match where everything counts. And if you do that and obviously have a bit of success, confidence is up. You feel like you're ready. You're ready for whatever cricket it is.
Not a lot of positives, Ian, but the one positive that Australia will definitely take away from this game is David Warner. Wretched record in Asia. It's been talked about continuously. And in that second innings, he really played like the David Warner we've seen in other parts of the world, dominated for a large part of that innings. It's a very important step in his career.
I must say I'm not all that surprised that he succeeded. I thought that I've seen him do fairly well on the subcontinent. I think that probably the main thing that it appeared to me that he did in this second innings in Mirpur was to clear his mind and say, right, I've got a certain way of playing that is David Warner, and that's the way I'm going to play wherever I am. And I think that will have confirmed for him that he's got to just be David Warner wherever he is. Sure, you might need to show a little more caution at times, but I thought he was very aggressive, and it's the thought process to me, that the positive thought process that really cleared his mind and helped him to play that inning. So, yes, that was a positive for Australia.
As always, thank you so much, Ian, for those thoughts.